Good morning, traders. 10 minutes after 9 on Friday, 28th of June, 2019. Reminding traders to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Reminder, we've got a few specials going on. Anybody that would like to take advantage of them, love to see you take a little bit of a risk and come into our room. We start on Monday. And for those traders who have been here in the past, they can probably tell you that we have done what we set out to do this week. Said I can finance your tuition. We will find you at least 2 points. That's what it costs to join us for those that are returning. And obviously, I believe we've done that and done that quite well this week. I'm not one to be a chest thumper, but certainly I think we've nailed a few trade ideas and hopefully helped some of our traders get a better understanding of how this market really works. So love to see you, and sign up is right on our website. We begin Monday morning, bright and early. Well, here we go again with already another scoot to the upside. I've been following this trend line. This is the NQ, and you can see the pattern that I've been looking at, flat top and with a rising wedge. This is a normal pattern we look for. We had this sharp downdraft and then the bounce, and we've held the lows and bounced and bounced. And so today is decision time for a lot of traders. We've already encouraged our traders to make sure you're paid by this 38.75.39 in the mini. Obviously, you should be looking at this 77.02 area as a critical resistance level that the longs need to overcome, and then confirm the breakout by taking out the prior high, and then obviously this flat top, this high. So for now, that's the resistance, and obviously longs are going to try to bust that, and the shorts need to defend. So that's the zone that I think is going to be very important today. And then above that, looking forwards, the next spot is going to be up here by this arrow. That's a retest area, 32 area. So keep that in mind. We told traders that today we can get some backing in filling, but still look for the upward bias. And if it fails, you should be watching this neckline. That's going to be an important line today. And here's the RTY. We've had a pretty good size bounce. We caught this formation down here with this third time through trade. Suggested that the next target would be the 43s, 44 area. Then would be looking next at the 49s. And then obviously come all the way back up into this 52 to 55 area. Big pivot up here at 62.5. So going forwards, need to keep that in mind. That's one of our system pivots right there. And you can see how that will be very important. And I like to locate those ideas on a chart with specific trade locations that I can see where that holds true. So that will definitely be something going forwards to pay attention to. Current support, obviously, the overnight low. And it looks like some range trading for now. Anybody that's played long side should take their profits ahead of the open. And chasers today, we warned to be careful. There's still an upward bias, but you all saw what happened to Bitcoin yesterday. And the market is famous for catching the late longs and the late shorts. So late shorts obviously got caught down at the bottom, and the breakout has those traders trapped on the weekly basis. And looking at the ES, we can see I've got a little bit of a wedge that I'm noticing here. And if you want to put it even tighter and look at it this way, that's another way you can draw it. You got about 3 points. I like to see at least 3 points touching. So we know this is a squeeze. That's a pretty sharp angle though. And this is a squeeze type trade. We've identified this low right here at 34.5 as the squeeze pivot. As long as that's intact, that's squeezing the market upward. So that's something our traders will pay attention to today. And our resistance box right here at 44, it's at the top end. And if that busts, then obviously the next objective for the longs will be try to get back up here and retest 48 to 50. Looking ahead, that would look like this if this 32 holds. And I'm kind of doing this in advance because I won't be around today. Spent a little time with my wife. Said, could we take a little time together today? You really said this was your off week. I said, sure, why not? She reminded me it was our 51st anniversary tomorrow, and she thought it appropriate that I could spend a little time with her. And I said, okay, why not? So I'm going to miss today. I love what I'm doing here, but I love my wife more. And that's certainly a reasonable request. So trying to help our traders, showing them the things I'm looking at, specific points that I'm looking right here, for example. This is the third time through trade, but you got to get above it and stay above it. And we're bumping into it, but not yet. Squeeze type trade. And I've suggested to our traders, don't worry about missing out on trades. Be very careful chasing today. Missed trades are better than lost money. And the next point up here, that was a breakdown we need to look at right here. Is a very important area, and that's our current resistance target at 42, 41.75. So we're using that for resistance right now. Anybody that's playing backwards, coming in for backing and filling, and have to watch and see what catches and what holds. For now, deep support we're considering to be 28 to 25. If we break 25, anything goes. You come back and test the 22s and 18s and whatever. So for now, all I can say is overnight we had projected that we should try to bump up into the high 30s, low 40s, and if so, then today is really going to be a very tricky day. And the JB team is on the field, so that's the problem. They can be a little erratic with their ideas. So right now should be paid, and that overnight high resistance till broken. If it breaks, then we've already identified our upside targets for the team. Here's a 10-minute Globex chart that we're looking at. We think that's the chart in play. We've held the rain line. You can see we've held the 28s. We've held back here at that 22 yesterday. And so realistically, we've done overnight what we wanted to do to get a setup. And now the question is, how aggressive does anybody want to play? If you check your 30-minute chart, find the charts in play and the deeper support pivots, you can see how we're trying to chew this rain line and get above it. So I think this 33 to 32 area will be very important today going forwards. And you can see how we've held the blue line. Now we're holding the green and the red line, and we still have to hold on any pullback to do double bottom tests. You got to be able to hold this area. If we start to slip through, then it's going to be much more neutral to negative, and even a wrecking ball trade that would come this way. So for now, that's what I'm looking at on this chart. Angels and demons are set up. 31 is our angel, 38.75 is our demon, and range trade for now. Look at the volume. Elvis has left the building. So our suggestion, try to get a couple of points, get on the scoreboard, and then go play. And our overnight chart, can see how this first thrust came down, and then we held 30s. And last night, anybody in pajamas that's playing, you got to use 28 stops. So if you played and had a good run, should get paid. And right now, these are your squeeze pivots. Let's start right there with that one. So you want to keep an eye on this, because once that goes, then the door gets open to come back and do half gap trades and whatever. So I've suggested don't fall in love with a long side. Just understand it's a squeeze type trade and drop losers, because we've had a pretty nice bounce. And before the day's over, somebody's going to want to take some profits. So that gives way to a little bit of a bleed back. All right, guys, have a great day. Have a great weekend. I will catch those who choose to take advantage of our upcoming new course, and anybody wants to try out the widget, contact admin, and hopefully we'll see some of you there next week. Be well. Have a great weekend.